Ross Ulbricht. Ross William Ulbricht, born March 27, 1984, is an American convict who created and operated the darknet market website Silk Road from 2011 until his arrest in 2013. The site was designed to use Tor for anonymity and Bitcoin as a currency. Ulbricht's online pseudonym was Dread Pirate Roberts after the fictional character in the novel The Princess Bride and its film adaptation. In February 2015, Albrecht was convicted of money laundering, computer hacking, conspiracy to traffic fraudulent identity documents, and conspiracy to traffic narcotics by means of the Internet. In May 2015, he was sentenced to a double life sentence plus 40 years without the possibility of parole. Ulbricht's appeals to the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Second Circuit in 2017 and the U.S. Supreme Court in 2018 were unsuccessful. He is currently incarcerated at the United States Penitentiary in Tucson. Early life and education. Albrecht grew up in Austin, Texas. He was a Boy Scout, attaining the rank of Eagle Scout. He attended Westridge Middle School and Westlake High School, both near Austin. He graduated from high school in 2002. Albrecht attended the University of Texas at Dallas on a full academic scholarship, and graduated in 2006 with a bachelor's degree in physics. He then attended Pennsylvania State University, where he was in a master's degree program in materials science and engineering and studied crystallography. By the time Albrecht graduated, he had become interested in libertarian economic theory. He adhered to the political philosophy of Ludwig von Mises, supported Ron Paul, and participated in college debates to discuss his economic views. Albrecht graduated from Penn State in 2009 and returned to Austin. He tried day trading and started a video game company. Both ventures failed. He eventually partnered with his friend Donnie Palmertree to help build an online used bookseller, Good Wagon Books. Silk Road. Creation and operation of Silk Road. Palmertree eventually moved to Dallas, leaving Albrecht to run Good Wagon Books. Around this time, Albrecht began planning Silk Road, initially named Underground Brokers. In his personal diary, he outlined his idea for a website where people could buy anything anonymously, with no trail whatsoever that could lead back to them. Albrecht's ex-girlfriend said, "I remember when he had the idea, he said something about Silk Road in Asia, and what a big chain it was, and that's what he wanted to create, so he thought it was the perfect name." Albrecht alluded to Silk Road on his public LinkedIn page, where he discussed his wish to use economic theory as a means to abolish the use of coercion and aggression amongst mankind, and claimed, "I am creating an economic simulation to give people a first-hand experience of what it would be like to live in a world without the systemic use of force." Silk Road ran on Tor, a network which implements protocols that encrypt data and routes internet traffic through intermediary servers that anonymize IP addresses before reaching a final destination. By hosting his market as a Tor site, Albrecht could conceal its IP address. Bitcoin, a cryptocurrency, was used for transactions on the site, while all Bitcoin transactions are recorded in a public log called the blockchain. Users who avoid linking their identities to their online wallets can conduct transactions with considerable anonymity. Albrecht used the Dread Pirate Roberts username for Silk Road, although it is disputed whether he was the only one to use that account. Dread Pirate Roberts attributed his inspiration for creating the Silk Road marketplace as alongside Knight and the works of Samuel Edward Conk in 3. Arrest. Albrecht was first connected to Dread Pirate Roberts by Gary Alford, an IRS investigator working with the DEA on the Silk Road case, in mid-2013. The connection was made by linking the username Altoids, used during Silk Road's early days to announce the website, and a forum post in which Albrecht, posting under the nickname Altoids, asked for programming help and gave his email address, which contained his full name. In October 2013, Albrecht was arrested by the FBI while at the Glen Park branch of the San Francisco Public Library, and accused of being the mastermind behind the site. To prevent Albrecht from encrypting or deleting files on the laptop he was using to run the site as he was arrested, two agents pretended to be quarreling lovers. When they had sufficiently distracted him, according to Joshua Behrman of Wired, a third agent grabbed the laptop and handed it to Agent Thomas Kiernan. Kiernan then inserted a flash drive in one of the laptop's USB ports, with software that copied key files. Trial. On August 21, 2014, Albrecht was charged with money laundering, conspiracy to commit computer hacking, and conspiracy to traffic narcotics. He was ordered held without bail. Before the trial, Albrecht was offered a plea deal which would likely have given him a decade-long sentence, but he turned it down, deciding instead to fight the case in court. On February 4, 2015, Albrecht was convicted on all counts after a jury trial that took place in January 2015. On May 29, 2015, he was sentenced to double life imprisonment plus 40 years, without the possibility of parole. Federal prosecutors alleged that Albrecht had paid $730,000 in murder-for-hire deals targeting at least 5 people, allegedly because they threatened to reveal Albrecht's Silk Road enterprise. Prosecutors believe no contracted killing actually occurred. Albrecht was not charged in his trial in New York federal court with any murder-for-hire, but evidence was introduced at trial supporting the allegations. The evidence that Albrecht had commissioned murders was considered by the judge in sentencing Albrecht to life, and was a factor in the Second Circuit's decision to affirm the life sentence. A separate indictment against Albrecht in federal court in Maryland on a single murder-for-hire charge, alleging that he contracted to kill one of his employees, a former Silk Road moderator, was dismissed with prejudice by prosecutors in July 2018, after his New York conviction and sentence became final. After the conviction, Ulbricht appealed his conviction and sentence to the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Second Circuit in January 2016, centered on claims that the prosecution illegally withheld evidence of DEA agents' malfeasance in the investigation of Silk Road, for which 2 agents were convicted. Ulbricht also argued his sentence was too harsh. Oral argument was heard in October 2016, and the Second Circuit issued its decision in May 2017, upholding Ulbricht's conviction and life sentence in an opinion written by Judge Gerard E. Lynch. In a 139-page opinion, the court affirmed the district court's denial of Ulbricht's motion to suppress certain evidence, affirmed the district court's decisions on discovery and the admission of expert testimony, and rejected Ulbricht's argument that a life sentence was procedurally or substantively unreasonable. In December 2017, Albrecht filed a petition for a writ of certiorari with the United States Supreme Court, asking the court to hear his appeal on evidentiary and sentencing issues. 21 amici filed 5 amicus curiae briefs in support of Ulbricht, including the National Lawyers Guild, American Black Cross, Reason Foundation, Drug Policy Alliance, and Downsize DC Foundation. The U.S. government filed a response in opposition to Ulbricht's petition. On June 28, 2018, the Supreme Court denied the petition, declining to consider Ulbricht's appeal. In 2019, Albrecht attempted to vacate his life sentence, based on a claim of ineffective assistance of counsel by his defense lawyers. This attempt was rejected in August 2019. Incarceration. During his trial, Albrecht was incarcerated at the Metropolitan Correctional Center, New York. Starting in July 2017, he was held at USP Florence High. His mother Lynn moved to Colorado so she could visit him regularly. Albrecht has since been transferred to USP Tucson. Possibility of presidential pardon. On December 15, 2020, the Daily Beast reported that President Donald Trump was considering the issue of a presidential pardon to Albrecht, as he privately expressed that he was sympathetic to Albrecht's situation. Trump's White House is reportedly reviewing court documents from Albrecht's case. Congressman Thomas Massie and Lisa Kennedy Montgomery voiced support for a commutation of Albrecht's sentence on Fox Business Kennedy Show. Journalist Nick Bilton, author of the book American Kingpin, which detailed the Silk Road case and Ulbricht's involvement, writing for Vanity Fair, argued against granting a pardon. Documentaries. Deep Web is a 2015 documentary film chronicling events surrounding Silk Road, Bitcoin, and the politics of the dark web, including the trial of Ulbricht. Silk Road, Drugs, Death and the Dark Web is a documentary covering the FBI operation to track down Albrecht and close Silk Road. The documentary was shown on UK television in 2017 in the BBC Storyville documentary series.